Welcome to VTeach. In today's session, we are going to discuss about basic operational concept of a computer. So, what happens in computer when we want to execute a program? A program is nothing but a set of instructions. So, when we are saying that if we want to execute a program, we have to execute each instruction individually, and by step execution of that program, of that instructions in the program, the complete instructions we are going to execute in a step by step manner. So the procedure, what is going to happen to execute each instruction, is going to be seen in this topic, that is the basic operational concept of a computer. So see here, the diagram is going to show how the functional units of the computer are connected internally in the computer. So see here, we are having memory unit, input output unit, and the processor has been shown here. And in this processor also, we are having some of the processor resistors. So the processor resistors represented in this diagram are MAR, is called as memory address resistor. Memory address resistor. So in simple form, we are representing it as MAR, and the other resistor is MDR. It is called as memory data resistor, and we will see the function of each resistors here. And coming to the next resistor is the PC, is also called as program counter resistor, and IR is called as instruction resistor. Whereas coming to R0, R1 up to so on Rn-1, these resistors are called as temporary resistors, or we may also call them as general purpose resistors, means they are used for storing any temporary data that comes to the processor. So this is about what are the resistors that are present in the processor. And we all know about the control unit and ALU. Control unit will coordinates and controls all the operations or all the devices that are connected to the processor, and it also controls all the operations that are performed between the different functional units of a computer. And ALU will execute the instructions, will perform arithmetical, logical and shift operations, and it is going to execute the particular instructions. So this is about the processor here, and here we are having a system bus. The system bus is connected to different components that are present in the computer. See, in this diagram, the processor is being connected to two units here, that is the memory unit and the input output unit. If you consider the memory and input output unit as the outside devices, so simply we can say the processor is connected to input output devices or memory by using a system bus. Again, the system bus is going to have different types of buses divided in it, like data bus, address bus and control bus. So that concept will be covered in the next session. Now coming to this, the basic operational concept of a computer. What happens when we are going to execute a program? A program is nothing but a set of instructions. So we have to execute the set of instructions one by one, and we are going to perform what is going to be done in the basic operational concept of a computer. So see here, now if I want to execute the complete instruction, now what happens is, whatever the instruction that I am going to execute, that instruction we will write in the editor, and that instruction we are going to store in the memory. So I am saying that for a single instruction, it will be implied to the whole program. So first we will see how a single instruction will be executed, and then how this will be implied to the whole program. So now I am taking a instruction, and that instruction has been stored in memory. So for example, in the address of 2000H memory location, we are considering this one as memory. In this memory, in 2000H location, we are having some instruction, say for example, add A comma B. So now if I want to execute this particular instruction, I have to bring this instruction to the processor. Why? Because whatever the program or instructions that are going to be executed, all those things has to be brought to the processor, and there only we are going to execute the instructions. So we have to bring these instructions to the processor. Now to bring this instruction to the processor, there we have to perform fetch operation. For executing any instruction, we are having three steps. First one is fetch, second one decode, third one execute. So to perform execution of a single instruction, we have to follow these three steps. One is fetch the instruction, decode the instruction and execute the instruction. So I have to bring this instruction from memory to the processor. So this process is called as fetching the instruction from memory. And after fetching the instruction, I have to decode that instruction and then execute that particular instruction. So in fetch operation, what is going to be happen is initially the address of the instruction will be placed into the PC. The address of the instruction will be placed into the PC. So the address of the instruction that we have taken in the example is the 2000. So this value will be placed into the PC register. So now the value of PC register is 2000H. So why we are placing the 2000H value into the PC means PC will always holds the next instruction address to be executed. So whatever the instruction that we are going to execute, that instruction address will be placed in the PC. So it is called as program counter register. So now this value has been moved into the PC and this address will be moved into MER. So MER is called as memory address register. So whatever the instructions that we are going to read from the memory, those memory addresses will be stored in MER register. So we can simply call it as memory related addresses are stored in MER register. Now from memory address register, we are going to send that address onto the system bus. In system bus we are having the address bus, and on that address bus the address is going to be transferred. It is going to be transferred to the memory. In memory we are going to perform a search operation where the particular address is present in the memory, and after performing the search operation and identifying the particular address in the memory, now we are going to perform a read operation. So processor will send a control signal called as read control signal, and accordingly the particular instruction is going to be read out from the memory and it is going to be sent again to the system bus. And in system bus we are having data bus, which is going to transfer data or instructions. So the instruction is now placed onto the data bus and it is going to be moved from system bus into the MDR register. So whatever the data or instructions that are coming from the memory will be moved into the memory data register. So till this procedure we are going to call it as a fetch operation. Now we are going to perform the second operation, that is the decode operation. Now we are going to move this instruction which is present in MDR from MDR to IR, from MDR to IR. So IR is called as instruction register, where the instruction is going to be decoded here. So the decode operation will be done in the IR register, means the instruction is going to be decoded such that the instruction has to be executed. So the decode operation will be done in the IR register. Whenever the instruction is being placed in the IR, parallelly the program counter register content is again going to be incremented by 1 here. So previously in PC we are having 2000. Now the PC value will be changing to 2001. So we have to increment the PC content such that predefinedly we are placing the next instruction address in the PC. So that is the use of incrementing the PC value. So we are defining the PC as it will holds the next instruction address predefinedly. Now after the instruction has been decoded, according to the decoded information, the processor will perform the execution operation. So while executing the particular instruction, it will uses the ALU and the control unit and performs the execution operation. So this is what happening when we are going to execute a particular instruction. So fetching the instruction, decoding the instruction and executing the instruction. So these three has to be performed for each instruction. Likewise, the same operation will be performed for a whole program. A program is nothing but a set of instructions. So the same procedure will be performed for a whole program. So this is the basic operation that is performed in the computer. Now the same concept we are going to see here by taking some example instructions. So I have taken 3 instructions here. One is move a comma, within square brackets I have mentioned some value as 940, which means whatever the thing which we are representing in the square brackets, we have to understand that value is going to represent the memory address value. So I have used three instructions here. Move a comma some value within square brackets and add a comma some value within the square brackets and move some value comma a. So what happens? We are going to see it in a step-by-step manner. So here in step 1, consider the memory which is having the starting address as 300, and at the 300 address location I have stored an instruction which has been decoded in the form of hexadecimal number. So here in the 300 address location we are having 1940. So this 1940 is the hexadecimal code of the instruction. Let us consider this is the hexadecimal code of the instruction what we have taken as move a comma within square brackets 940. Let us consider this is the hexadecimal code of this instruction. So here 1 represents the opcode and 940 is going to represent the address. 940 is going to represent the memory address. Now for executing this instruction, as we have said in the operational concept of the computer, the instruction address should be present in PC. So that's why we can see here in step 1 the PC content is 300. It is the memory address where the instruction is present. That address has to be given to the PC. Now from PC we are going to send this address to MER. From there we are going to send it to system bus, and from there we are going to send it to memory, and in memory we are going to search for this address location, and after identifying the address location we are going to read that particular instruction and it is going to be placed into the IR. So this whole procedure is called as fetch operation. Now that is happened in the IR. So you can see here the instruction that is present at 300 address location is 1940 that has been placed into IR. So simply we have performed the fetch operation for the first instruction. Now see what happens in the second step. So in second step, what are the contents that are changed in the CPU registers? We can carefully observe here. So the content that has been changed in the CPU registers are the PC. We can clearly observe it is 301, which means after placing the instruction in IR in step 1, we are incrementing the content of PC by 1. So the PC content now is 301, and after placing the instruction in IR in step 1, it is going to be decoded and accordingly it is going to be executing the instruction. So what is the meaning of the instruction is move a comma within square brackets we have given 940. So the processor will goes to the 940 address location. So here is the 940 address location. From that address location, the data, whatever the data that is present in the address location, that is going to be moved into the accumulator register. So you can see from the address location we are placing into the accumulator register. AC is called as accumulator register. So in the instruction we are representing the accumulator register as capital A. So this is what that is going to be happen in step 2. Now while the instruction is being executed, we can perform the fetch operation in the step 3. So the first instruction is being executed now. Already the second instruction address has been placed in PC here. That is the PC content is 301 here. Now we can fetch the other instruction while the first instruction is being executed. So that is done in the third step. We can clearly see here. So now we are going to fetch the second instruction here. So the second instruction is being fetched and it is being placed into the IR. So here in the IR we are going to decode the instruction and execute the instruction. So see in the fourth step we can clearly observe the content of PC. While the second instruction is being placed in IR, the PC content is again incremented by 1 here. So the PC content now is 302 and we are going to execute the second instruction now. So what is the meaning of the second instruction is we have taken the second instruction as add a comma within square brackets 941. So one of the operand for performing the addition, one of the operand is present in memory location 941 and another operand is available in accumulator. Now we are going to add these two operands and result is again stored in A here. So that operation has been performed here. You can see here that operation has been performed. So at 941 we are having the value 2. In accumulator register we are having the content as 3. So 3 plus 2 we have performed the addition on these two values and the result is 5. That has been calculated and that value has been updated in accumulator register. So we can clearly see how the instruction execution process is going on here. While the instruction has been executed, now the processor is going to fetch another instruction according to the value that is present in the PC. So the value that is present in the PC is 302. Now we are going to fetch the instruction that is present in 302. The instruction that is fetched in and that is present in 302 is 2941. So the meaning of this instruction is move 941 comma A. Nothing but moving the content what is present in accumulator register into the memory. That is the meaning of this instruction. So we can clearly observe the contents of what are the contents, how the contents are changing from step 1 to step 6 here. And this is how we are going to execute the instructions by step using the basic operational concept of a computer. So these are the points that are going to show what is the operation that is performed step by step in basic operational concept. So thank you students.